absolutely amused. The taxi driver couldn't understand why I was laughing so much on the way to the airport. And when I told him, he said, all you have that? I said, boy, we had that plenty years now, boy. He said, boy, Barbados advance, yes? I don't know if they're still saying that now, you know what I mean? Anyhow, we'll know at 4 o'clock this afternoon what's in store for us when Minister Chris Sinclair comes with his medicine. Now, we're talking to Adzil Stuart, and of course, we're featuring BMEX 2017, Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Centre, this Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. The Friday, if you really don't like crowds and so on, maybe you could ease in quickly on Friday. You'd certainly get a bird's eye view of everything. I love the energy of the place when it's crowded. So I like to go on Saturdays and Sundays and so on, and it's buzzing. You can feel that energy all the way through on Monday. And don't try to drive down 2 Mile Hill if you don't have to, because you can be stuck in traffic. It's a great show. It's a great show put on every year by the Barbados Manufacturers Association. We were talking a few moments ago about some of the names that have come through your program, and there's some notable names that I thought you wanted to mention.
Some of the ones that would have come through our program are people like Cassandra Motley. I remember the first year when she came and we were there, she started with swimwear, and she's gone on to doing other things. Kay Applewhite, she was from BCC. Her graduation collection in 2009, she showed that, and she went on to Pratt in the United States and is now graduate there and now working with a design house in Germany.
Nice.
You have then Alexis Campbell. I remember she did a collection in black and white called Pitch Black, and she followed in the footsteps of her father, who is a tailor, and she learned really how to craft garments very well from him. And she was a finalist in the Caribbean Design Challenge Mission Catwalk produced in Jamaica. So this is some of the things that they're some have gone on to do. Even Andre Paris, which we know as Puffy, he started his whole life on the BMX stage, and he said that doing modeling at the time when he was head boy at Conmere, he gave credit to the modeling is what gave him the confidence now that he can stand before crowds and speak publicly, which he could not have done before. So,
wow, interesting, very interesting. Now, when we look at these designers and so on, I noticed that 1 or 2 of them have migrated. What do you see as the opportunities for a young person now who is looking to fashion and design, and not just the traditional job, either working for a government or going in the private sector, so on, but maybe looking to be self-employed or to be in this what is really one of the creative fields? What are the opportunities for these young people as we go forward, and where is this being taught? Is it only at secondary? Is it at tertiary level, or do you have a lot of the programs coming through in secondary as well?
Unfortunately, it's only at tertiary level, and as we were saying earlier, I don't see why something as valuable as this, because it's a multi-million-dollar industry, that we can't start with the young minds, because they're little ones from primary school that have design ability. And I've had some little ones that have designed stuff, clothing and stuff already, and they can deal with that. So we really need to look at how we handle this, because this can work well for Barbados as well as for our children, because we need to have other things that they can do. And fashion is out there. It is something that will always be there. So most of the students that would have come through BCC, that's why they end up having to be overseas, because beyond that, there's not really nothing much here for them to do. And which is the same thing with the associate's degree program in cultural studies at the degree program in cultural studies at UWI, the same situation. So like in the artistic area, the drama and stuff, the fashion people now have to find their own way after that, because there are things I know that can happen, that can be done to help them, but it is when we can get around to doing it.
All right. So basically, we need a lot of support. It's a young industry, but there are opportunities not just here, but in the region and beyond, for young Barbadian designers to go on and to make their name. And you mentioned a couple who are working in other parts of the world at the moment too, as well.
The thing is, what I firmly believe is that we should really work on Barbados, get them to understand the business side of it, because design is one thing, but you have to understand the business of it and get them business ready.
Correct.
It's all right to be able to design, but at the end of the day, it is 90% business 10% design. There's
Right.
don't care how fabulous your designs are, you can't put them together, or you can't operate at a business level. So sometimes it is pointless. You say, okay, you will fund sending them to New York Fashion Week and Jamaica to Caribbean Fashion Week, but then when you get international houses coming and seeing the work and love what they see, it then put them in a spot, because then when they want to talk to these designers and said, okay, I love your garment, I want to order X number of pieces in this color and in this size and stuff like that. We don't have the facility. They're going to come at home on the little sewing machine to try to make these hundreds of pieces.
Right.
Then they can't fulfill the orders, so therefore the people think that they're not serious. So there's no point doing that. I figure home drum beat first. Get them to understand marketing. Let them saturate the Barbados market and understand business-wise from there, and then hence go regional before we can go into then the international market.
All right. Thank you very much, Adzil Stuart, for being with us here this morning. The times for the fashion shows again.
The fashion shows will be on Saturday, should be around 8 o'clock.
Around 8 o'clock in the evening, prime
Sunday
time.
is 7, and Monday will be at 8 o'clock to bring the curtain down.
All right, so 8 Saturday and Monday and 7 on Sunday. All right, so plenty of time to go to church and then head up to Lawyers in Sandyford Centre. Thank you very much, Adzil, for coming by here and visiting with us in Capital Prime in the morning time. We know it's going to be a spectacular show. There are more exhibitors this year than before last year. Quite a few more, as we heard from Bobby McKay earlier this week. That's Capital Prime. It's 9:24 in the morning time.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Hey, thank you too. Ooh, that time fly fast.
Yeah, man. That last segment was 5 minutes. It wouldn't have seemed like that, but you know.